Oh, my friend, if you are looking for something delicious and not necessarily nutritious, but you have all the rest of the day to make that up, right? How about chocolate chip coffee cake? Chef David Bondarchuk from Scratch Catering is here to show us how to make this delicious Daybreak delight. And full transparency, I said, is there any coffee in this coffee cake? And he almost kicked me out.
No, you
said absolutely not. There's not coffee. You eat it with your coffee.
Absolutely. So this comes together, Ken, so easy. I have a whole stick of butter and a whole package of cream cheese that I had softened. Okay. And you just want to cream those together with 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar.
Oh.
Okay. As that's coming together, I'm going to go ahead and add both my leavenings in. I have baking soda and baking powder here and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. By the way, I've given the recipe. It will be available on the Channel 2 page website. Remember, we're going to add in 2 eggs. Now, that is essentially all of the wet ingredients minus the milk. Okay. And you want to just beat those eggs until they come all together into an even consistency. See how it's all an even color now?
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect. Now, reduce the speed and add in the milk so we don't get it all over the camera. Poor Dave. Now,
you can go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and add our flavoring in. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of all-purpose flour.
This went together in like 2.5 minutes.
No, less than that. Less than
fast. Okay, and now the chocolate chips.
Now you're going to add in the chocolate chips. I always wait till the flour is fully incorporated before I go ahead and add my chocolate chips. And right about there is where you want to add. Yeah, this is 10 full ounces of chocolate chips. And you do not want to overbeat this because it'll develop the gluten more and it'll make the bread tough. You want it light, fluffy, delicious.
I didn't know we could toughen our bread like that.
Yeah, you don't want to overbeat once you've added the flour.
Right.
So right here,
easy on the beating.
I've got a prepared pan, and you were asking me about that before the segment.
And you said your tagline is more better
more
with more butter.
More better, but not in this case.
Oh.
So what you want to do is you want to trace the bottom of the pan on parchment, cut it out, and then butter and flour it, and you don't want to use too much butter.
Right.
Now you're just going to turn this out. Notice how thick this is. I'm using my hand because I don't have a rubber scraper. We're doing this MacGyver style on Channel 2, and you want to go ahead and just make it very smooth. This is a coffee cake, okay?
Now, if this was MacGyver, we would be able to light this thing on fire and escape straight to the weekend.
Well, you know, you haven't gotten it to the oven yet. You might still be able to do that.
That's a good point.
So go ahead and spill this out. Now, I've made a streusel topping. It's equal parts of flour, butter, rolled oats, and sugar. Go ahead and drizzle it on the top of there, or sprinkle it. Yeah, just do your hands. Right. It's dry. And you're going to bake this at 350 degrees for 50 minutes to 1 hour. And when it comes out of the oven, this is what it looks like. I went ahead and put a little bit of powdered sugar milk glaze over the top of that. And Ken, we have to cut into this.
We do.
Yes.
How much of this do I keep? The
whole thing, but go ahead and go ahead and cut.
All right.
And I'll go ahead. See, I just dumped this whole thing and just spread. See? Boom.
Look at that.
So good,
All right, David, they're sending us back inside. I'll cut you
we
off
don't need to hear about the Oscars. We've heard about it. We cared. We watched it. There we go. Let's
talking about the Oscars.
We're
talking about Oprah. We're talking about
Oprah,
David.
We cared. We watched it. We're moving on.
How dare David do bread on a day I'm doing Oprah? You know
she loves bread.
You know she struggles with